From time immemorial, our ancestors have put a deep meaning into any of their occupations, and the subtleties of different crafts were kept, passing from generation to generation. These are details, important accents of which the culture and way of living of the great steppe civilization were built for centuries. The school of nomads is for studying the past, creating the present to build the future. Since ancient times, for the nomad, hunting has been not only fun, but also a means to provide food for their families. Our ancestors hunted on horseback, throwing their bows on their shoulders, taking with them the dog breed Tazı and the faithful golden eagle in hands. But do we keep these old traditions in proper ways today? To find the answer to this question, I decided to get acquainted with the breeds of dogs that for centuries have served faithfully to the nomads. They are a fast Tazı and a strong Tibet. Perhaps we will begin with the Tazı. After all, Kazakhs have always a special attitude towards them. It was not even called a dog, but was considered as one of the Jet Kazna, which means 7 treasures. It plays a significant role for Kazakhs. Unfortunately, today the amount of the Tazı has decreased. They're bred not only by hunters, people who are trying to preserve the traditions of our ancestors. And one of such dog breeders is Yestai Tugambay. Hello, my name is Samat. I study the traditions and crafts of our ancestors. Today, I want to know more about one of the Kazakhs' 7 treasures, Tazı. I want to learn how to look after Tazı. So, will you teach me? You're welcome. Yestaiga, why did you choose exactly Tazı? When did you start it? I had many breeds of dogs. The Caucasian Shepherd Dog, Pitbull. In my childhood, we had watchdogs, and the Central Asian Shepherd Dog, Alibi. But once I got Tazı, at that time, this breed was practically in danger of disappearing. I took it, but I didn't know that my grandfather had Tazı too. Indeed, the beauty of Tazı is special. It often happens that a person falls in love with this breed. This dog has a special physique, a beautiful body, a different character. Physical abilities make it an excellent hunter. There are data that in the territory of modern Kazakhstan, Tazı was domesticated in the 7th, 6th millennium BC. At the same time, petroglyphs depicting dogs similar to the Tazı, dating back to the 1st millennium BC, are found. Yestaiga, Tazı is a hunting dog. Everyone talks about its nobility. What can you say about its qualities? That's right. It's very clean and smart dog. It can be kept at home. By character, it is very easygoing, just like our people. It doesn't bark without any reason. It doesn't take food from the table. You know, a dog which doesn't cause problems. It seems that the Tazı, for all its status, is not a whimsical dog at all. It is not fastidious in food. It is clean and adaptable to any locality. However, the dog breeder, Alik Muminov, who is also involved in the cultivation of the Tazı, believes that puppies still need a special balanced feed. That way puppies grow strong and healthy. Uncle Alik has his own story, why he chose this breed. It happened when I was walking with a puppy. Then one Aksakal stopped me to tell one story. During wartime, the puppy of the Tazı was given to one woman, and she looked after flocks of sheep. And that Tazı saved them from starvation. All the war dog fed them, carried prey to them, but dog did not eat at all. In general, a very morality tale about a dog that saved the family in the war. And due to this, I have respect for this breed of dogs. They are not so simple. Looking at these tiny and glorious puppies, it's hard to imagine that one day they become hunting dogs with a grasping power. Foreign travelers, noticing all these qualities of the Taze, tried to take with them the individuals of this breed, that they would breed them, or with their help, to bring out a new breed. The very first written references about the Kazakh hound were found among Russian-speaking sources. In one of them, it was called Turkestan Taze and described as follows. This is the most beautiful Turkestan dog. Locals call it Taze and try to hunt on hares with its help. These dogs differ from others by a special body and amazing power. Perhaps no European dog can be compared with it in running long distances. At first glance, it seems that all Taze are similar to each other, but the purebred representative of this breed has special qualities. Camilla will tell me about them. Would you tell me what parameters of the body should purebred Taze have? For example, take this representative of the Taze. Her name is Kumus. She is known by many cynologists in Kazakhstan. We have seen and heard that she was one of the best representatives of her breed. As for the parameters, always put so that the head would look to the right, in the direction of the right hand. Put right forepaws, that they would be parallel to each other. And put the hind feet so as to see the corners. Suppose she now stood up. The back corner is very clearly visible. That is, it is the borer, that she can be very frisky. She's really frisky. We checked this quality in work. That is, it means that she can make a strong leap. That is, she has a very good support for the hind legs. Taze's posterior part should be wider than the interior one, as in a hare. And then it can develop a high speed. The head should be a wedge-shaped. When viewed from the top, a wedge should form. Let's look at the muzzle. It should be dry. The lips should not be down, because if she has lip hanging when grasping, she will bite her lips, and accordingly will not normally take hold of the prey. We look also on teeth. Teeth should be big, especially the fangs. The basic parameters of the Kazakh Taze are a skinny physique, short hair, and a triangular muzzle. The ears should be with tassels. The total length of the ear is 12-14 centimeters. The neck is not long, but rather strong. Wide shoulder blades, strong muscles. The dog should be lean with a broad chest and even back. And there must be a very flattened stomach. Well, friends, next to me is Taze called Kumus. Okay, it fully corresponds to the description that Camilla gave us. Kumus is considered to be one of the fastest, strong Tazes in Kazakhstan. The height of the Taze is 65-70 centimeters at the withers. Weight 20-25 kilograms. In comparison with the Caucasian or Crimean hounds, the Kazakh breed is 5-6 centimeters taller and heavier by 4-5 kilograms. Due to the fact that the dog is short-haired, it does not tolerate frosts. Therefore, our ancestors used to bring Taze right into the yurt. Yes, Taiga, but how do you endure the winter? Do you protect them from the cold? Yes, they are non-frost resistant. Therefore, we made here such booths. Does it protect from the cold? We're making hay. Here these places are to be warmed, and the dog can warm itself with its own body. Without such a booth, the dog will freeze. And can the Taze give birth in the winter? It is possible in winter. For this we have booths with warm floors and temperature controllers. Bottom warms everything, and the puppies are in a warm condition. Therefore, dogs can also give a life to puppies in winter. Look at that. Modern, comfortable booths. Very good. One of the 7 treasures of the Kazakh people, Tazı, at running is able to gain speed to 80 kilometers per hour. This dog differs in that it never attacks a person. This is exclusively a hunting breed. It's not for nothing that people say, if the dog is good, then it's Tazı. In hunting and cattle breeding, it faithfully serves the owner. But for this, of course, the dog needs training. Tazı need to be walked daily. For example, here in such a picturesque place, if the dog runs, then it will work out the necessary muscles. Then the hunt will turn out amazing. A walk with the Tazı in such a beautiful place, I confess, gives me a charge of incredible vivacity and positive emotions. Another majestic representative of the dogs of the great Kazakh steppe, of course, Tibet. Of course, this breed is amazing. It can resist the wolf, be a shepherd, looking after sheep or herd of horses on its own. And to learn more about the Tibets, I went to the Turgen Gorge, to the farm of Danyar Daukay. Hello, Danyarga. How are you? Fine. How are you? Danyarga, I'm coming from the farm, where the Tazı is grown. I learned a lot about them. But I also would like to get acquainted with your Tibets more closely. After all, this dog for many centuries has become a faithful friend of the shepherds, their helper. I would like to see how the dog would look after the livestock. That's why I came to you. Great idea. You're welcome. Oh, thanks. Danyarga, let's start with the history. Tibet is called a purely Kazakh breed of dogs. Where did this name come from? In principle, this dog is easy to keep and it has always been a nomad. Since time, its number has decreased, but they were bred by Uzbeks, Turkmens. So the most interesting thing, these people have such a wolfhound and called Kazakh dog. We called it simply a dog. It's a dog lying on a hill, Tobet. From here this name, Tobet, has appeared. Tobet is a kind of dog breed that has lived with hunters and shepherds for many centuries. It is also called a wolfhound, and the name is Tobet, and really looks like a Kazakh word combination, Tobede, which means a dog on the hill. This ancient breed of dogs was formed as a result of fox selection for more than 4,000 years on a vast territory, stretching today from the Caspian Sea to China and from the southern Urals to Afghanistan. In this breed, the bloods of the most ancient dogs of Asia, the shepherd dogs of various nomadic tribes, and fighting dogs of Mesopotamia flow. It turns out this dog was bred for shepherds. Of course, we're Kazakhs, and what kind of Kazakh without livestock? And we needed a dog that could resist any enemy, the wolf. Famous traveler Marco Polo, who left us the record of our ancestors who lived in the 13th century, describing the Tibet as follows. The height of their dogs is equal to the height of cows. Nomads use their dogs for protection, for hunting, and even as heavy-duty vehicles.
Yeah,
the Turkmens call this dog Alabai. We call it Tibet. What is the difference? In general, there is no difference. It's the same breed. It's just the Turkmen dogs have more spotted color. From there the name Alabai came from.
көп төбеттер ала болады.
The expedition, which was in these steppes in the middle of the last century, discovered over 18,000 specimens in the south of the village. However, today their number does not exceed 100. Some of the dogs were taken to Asia, part to Russia. If in Central Asia it is called Tibet or Albai, the Russians gave it the name Central Asian Shepherd. It was also enacted in the international system.
Oh,
Oh well, that's our Tibets. They're so huge. Yes. It seems this is the largest. How old is he? Not many years, but how many winters he survived? It means you count the winters. Exactly. The age of dogs is counted like that. Wow. The age of all living things on Earth is calculated from the day of birth, and the age of dogs are counted according to the number of survived winters. Wolfhound is a devoted dog to the owner, who in certain situations is able to make independent decisions. It is not the slave serving the master. On the contrary, they are some kind of partners. The real Tibet always ensures the shepherd. The dog helped him when moving to Jailao or winter hut, guarded herds, and dwelling from wolves, so that shepherd with such a dog could sleep peacefully. Let me introduce. This is Dawlet.
Ол көрсетеді қалай осы төбеттер.
He will show you how Tibets work, how they watch a herd of horses grazed on pastures.
Соны бәрі көрсетеді.
Hi, my name is Samad. Dawlet. Well, let's get going. Show me everything. Take me to the herd of horses. I want to see Tibets in action. They say that Tibet is not afraid of wolves. If they notice the wolf or see its traces, they will lead the herd to a safe place. And if it is needed, they would fight the wolf. But out of danger, it is quite a peaceful and very calm dog. It will not bark without a reason. This quality of the breed has been developed for many centuries. That's why the nomads, however brutally it sounded, immediately killed a dog that was dragging food from home or attacking children. Apparently, therefore, with the time the Tibets became calmer with unruffled character. The growth of the Tibet at the withers reaches 70-80 centimeters. In weight it reaches 60-70 kilograms. Now, I dress like a real shepherd. On me, comfortable boots, a cap here. Now Dawlet and I will go to meet the herd of horses. We'll accompany them to the stall, and Tibets will help us. Where do we start, Dawlet? We bring the herd with the help of Tibets. And from which side they will come? From above, from the pasture. And we will drive them there. Yes, Tibets are good helpers. They make the herd change their direction so that it's convenient for us. They will help us. Yes, they will. Dawlet, but how does the Tibet learn all this? It's him by nature, or do you train them? We teach them. We always take the puppy of Tibet, to the pasture. We together with Tibet reach our destination being on horseback. And on the pasture, we let go the dog to the herd. The puppy runs among horses. He so remembers their smell. That is, and on horseback and among the flocks the puppy gets used to horses, like that. Yes, and how do they work in tandem with the shepherd? How do they know when to hustle? We make special sounds. Yes, the puppy, being constantly among the horses, starts to react and bark if some horse is left behind the herd. Dawlet, it's already evening. Will the herd soon arrive? Yes, let's go meet them. Let's go to. Here, I am on a horse, ready for work. We will meet the horses from grazing. We must hustle our horses in the stable box. How interesting to watch the Tibets. They run around the herd, bypass every horse. It seems to me the Tibets count the livestock. Cattle are the most important wealth of the nomad. The main enemy who can take this wealth, of course, is a wolf. And only Tibets could confront these unexpected and undesirable guests. That's nice. We collected and hustled our horses in the stable box. By the way, outside the horse barn will also be protected by Tibets. But first, it's time to feed our dogs. I am in so-called the dog's kitchen. It seems to me my helpers, these shaggy shepherds, are waiting when I will feed them. Tell me, here you prepare food for dogs, right? Yes. Here we're preparing a special meal once in 2 days. The composition is very useful. Here both cereals and carbohydrates and meat. Food should not be oily. So do you feed such huge dogs only twice a day? Yes, that's enough for them. After all, Tibets are also hunters. In addition to this food, they also get their own food. They catch hares, chukars, and here they eat only in the morning and in the evening. So you feed so little that they would not lose their natural ability to hunt. Yes, they must catch themselves their food. Well, our food is already ready. It is important that the food should be cooled down. It seems my Tibets are already lined up, so I will start feeding them. Tibets show their nobility even here. I noticed that older dogs are the first to approach the cubs, and the younger, even if they are physically stronger, are still patiently waiting until the elders finish their meal. And I was afraid that dogs could fight. But everyone here follows the hierarchy. It seems for this day, I took a fancy to all of them. It is usual thing in the city, right? Dogs are thoroughbred, they're showy, they're washed with shampoos, combed and so on. And the Kazakh Tibet, as a dog living in the open space, does not need such attention. But being an urban guy, I brought a Furminator with me. I still want to try to comb this guy. Let's look at his feelings. It seems he likes it. Tibet is special because it is on equal ground with man. This is the law of the steppe. This means that a person should also count with his dog. It turns out that if the owner undeservingly punishes the Tibet, the dog can break their relationship. Danyaraga, I spent the whole day with Tibets. I really saw that these wonderful dogs can self-graze a whole herd of horses. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm glad. Visit us again. Yes, thank you. I really liked everything. And I would like that the development of this amazing breed of dogs would continue. I wish you success. Thank you. Bye. Today I was convinced that dogs are one of the most important assets of the nomadic people, Taze and Tibets. These are the breeds of dogs that appeared as a result of the selection that our ancestors had led for many centuries. And it seems to me that for modern animal husbandry, such dogs, assistants, are simply necessary. And so let these beautiful creatures be more.